Well, hello, soul family. Beautiful rising, good afternoon, and or lovely evening to you, wherever you are, depending on the location of your rotation. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is our daily chakra energy reading, and today is Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Um, Tuesday, September 24th of 2024. So, yeah, happy Tuesday to all of you. I hope you're all doing so marvelously. All of my readings are intended to be timeless, meaning whenever you have found this video is when you are meant to hear this message. So, use your intuition to tune into what that message is for you. All right. So, there was a experience that I had today. So after, my getting back from walking with my dog and stuff, and the moral of the experience is when you are around people or, say you get married to someone for the wrong reasons. When things start to go wrong, or when that person ends up not being who you thought they are, then you can't necessarily consider yourself to be a victim in the circumstance or in the situation. And so I feel that it comes down to listening to the messages that we receive from spirit, listening to the messages that we receive from our higher selves, and listen to the things that our body is telling us. Because when things don't feel right, it's up to us to listen to that nudging, because our intuition is always working. And if we are choosing to ignore it, then that is when we find ourselves in situations that we would much rather not be in. So I know that that's like vague and it can be like applied to anything, but I think that's why I meant to tell it like that, so that it can be applied to anything. So like if it's like, if you were supposed to go out with your friends and then you had a bad feeling, and you decided to trust that bad feeling and say, okay, no, I don't think I'm going to go, I'm going to stay home. Or and then you hear something happens. So it's a good thing that you trusted that feeling. But if you ignore that feeling and you just go, then you find yourself caught up in that situation. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's just kind of what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling this day. So anyways, all right, our affirmation. I'm sure somebody needed to hear that. One person maybe needed to hear that. But yeah. So our affirmation for today is from the secondary chakras, palms of the hands, card number 112. From day to day, I feel the currents of life within me and around me more intensively. From day to day, I feel the currents of life within me and around me more intensively. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like life will start to get more and more intense, and we just have to, find the flow in it. How does your body talk to you? How do you respond to your own body? So it's about finding, just finding your own thing, finding your own flow, finding your own frequency, and knowing how it flows with everything that's going on in your environment. So here we go. From day to day, I feel the currents of life within me and around me more intensively. Meaning, our hands are capable antennas for physical and energetic perceptions, as well as for radiating all types of subtle forces. Those who use Reiki or another form of energetic healing have experiences with them. But do we really take our experiences seriously enough? How conscious are we in dealing with them? Do we promote this sense? This chakra affirmation calls upon you to feel life through the senses of your hands. It will open up new dimensions for you if you follow its advice. The current of life is the red thread that leads you out of the labyrinth of separation and misfortune into the freedom of the oneness. No matter in what direction you follow the current of life, in the end, you will always find the source of all life, the creative force. Healing stone, gold topaz, and chloral melanite. Fragrance essence, oregano, and the Bach flower, heather. So, yeah, I guess that's why I had to tell that story. And so, yeah, it really is like tune into what it is that you are truly feeling and trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust your instincts, because they're there for a reason. And the more that we trust those, the more that we unlock deeper parts of ourselves that we haven't been using for I mean just as human beings for a very long time. And so tune into it, lean into what it is that you're feeling, and allow the feelings of happiness and joy to lead you. Allow the feelings of like love and like freedom and just happiness. Allow those feelings to lead you. So if something is making you feel other than that, then it's probably not for you, regardless of the attachment you have already formed to it, because that's what always gets us, is when we form attachments to things that are unhealthy or not good for us. Like, yeah, it's not for our highest good. Like, I just had to like, there's somebody that I had to walk away from, and it's because like I just had this, like, every time I was around this person or even like thought about him, like I started to feel just like anxious and like just not very good, and I just didn't like the feelings. And it doesn't necessarily mean that like he was like a bad person or anything like that. It just felt like an itchy sweater that was just too small. And I just decided to trust that feeling, even though I had formed an attachment to this person. I knew that it wasn't for my highest good. And so I had to take that itchy sweater off regardless. And like, for me, that required a lot, because like it ends up like we have to stand up for ourselves. We have to have strong boundaries, and it's up to us to keep those boundaries. So, yeah. So it's all about just tuning into the currents of your own life. What is your own frequency? What is your love frequency feel like? What does it feel like when you are in a happy and joyous, mood? And what does it feel like when certain people come into your environment? Do they disrupt that frequency, or do they enhance that frequency? So that's the thing to, think about. And then allow allow yourself to ground yourself into your own frequency, so that you are more and more stable within it and trust yourself more and all of that, tuning into the currents of life. So from day to day, I feel the current of life within me and around me more intensively. So I feel like I should say more intensely, but all right, beautiful people. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. So I hope you all found something that you resonate with. And if you did, please remember to hit that thumbs up and, share this message with someone who you feel needs to hear it today on this terrific Tuesday. If you're subscribed to the channel, I want to say thank you so very much for allowing me to be part of your journey. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a glorious day, and I'll see you in the next one.